audio is off. There it is. Yo. So what's good to my people out there? I think y'all can finally probably hear me now. Let's see. Yeah. All right, bet. Yeah. So I appreciate y'all checking me out right now. The I had to do some steps, so we really just not going live right now. You know what I'm saying? But I was just listening to what was going on with R. Kelly, and it's kind of shocking. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he wasn't expecting to go through this kind of shit right now in his life, man. To be actually sitting in a Bing like that, locked up, and it's just crazy to be that. You know, to be going through that. You know what I'm saying? So you really just trying to figure out like what can you say? You know what I'm saying? He really is going through some hard times right now. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But maybe for him, these are all learning lessons because at the end of the day, you're putting yourself in such a crazy scenario, dealing with the media and the news, and they coming out saying some salacious shit about him. So, you know, it's just crazy. So I was just trying to see where's a little quick video on it. So I think I got one right here. This from Chicago too, where I'm from and where we all from. So they're the best videos to watch because it's actually where his hometown is. So they're gonna be kind of like reporting it as if it's tragic and shit like that. So let's give it a listen.
Federal prosecutors are shooting down R. Kelly's bid to be released from prison because of an alleged plot to assassinate him. The former superstar singer is serving a 30-year sentence now for racketeering and sex crimes, along with a 20-year sentence for child pornography. That was a conviction in Chicago. He now says prison officials hired someone to murder him. Prosecutors say that claim is, quote, deeply unserious and repugnant. They say the judge does not have jurisdiction to release him, and so a hearing is set for Friday. Our singer is serving
Whoa, let's hear that one more time.
racketeering and sex crimes.
Wait, what? It's only 30 seconds.
Bid to be released from prison because of an alleged plot to assassinate him. The former superstar singer is serving a 30-year sentence now for racketeering and sex crimes, along with a 20-year sentence for child pornography. That was a conviction in Chicago. He now says prison officials hired someone to murder him. Prosecutors say that claim is, quote, deeply unserious and repugnant. They say the judge does not have jurisdiction to release him, and so a hearing is set for Friday.
You know what fucked me up is how much time he got to do. Listen to how much time he got.
The superstar singer is serving a 30-year sentence now for racketeering and sex crimes, along with a 20-year sentence for child pornography. That was a conviction in Chicago.
So he got 2 crime hits. He got one, a federal crime where he up there for 30. And then he got another one for 20. So that's the one in Chicago. Now, I don't know if they run a concurrent or consecutive, but hopefully they run a concurrent, which would mean at the same time. And consecutive would mean one after the other. That means he had 50 years. But they saying it's only 30 years is what you always hear. So that means he must be running it concurrent. But it's crazy because now all of that time and all of that money he built up over the years mean nothing because now he's sitting in there and he can't bring it back. He can't bring himself back. It's like nothing he can do can get himself free. Nothing he could do that can bring it back. It's like, man, you made such a horrible mistake in your life. And ain't nothing you can do about it now. You know what I'm saying? But you see what it is that they saying that he trying to fight to get out. This 13 hours ago, that video came out. So they say he trying to fight to get out. He want out of jail. So that's, a lot of reasons why he would say he's hospitalized or need to be hospitalized because that's a horrific situation if you sick like that in jail. And then they say he got blood clots in his legs and the people won't help him. Let me hear this part.
Okay, so this news is actually breaking right now. Shout out to Ball Alert, who was the first outlet that we saw actually posted it. But last night, R. Kelly's team filed an emergency filing. I received the filing a little bit after midnight, so I believe that's why it's breaking right now, is because outlets are waking up. So in the emergency filing, they allege that R. Kelly was giving an additional dose of medication by prison staff. And they're alleging that because of that additional medication that he was instructed to take and that he actually took, he suffered a overdose. So they say that he woke up, R. Kelly woke up allegedly on Juneteenth, and he felt faint. He was dizzy. He started to see black spots. He got up and he fell. He crawled to the door of the cell and he lost consciousness then. At that point, he was placed on a gurney. He was taken by ambulance to a nearby hospital because they tried to take him to the hospital inside of or associated with the facility that he's in, but they couldn't help him, so they took him to an outside hospital. in that outside hospital, well, on the way to that outside hospital, his team alleges that it was overheard someone in the ambulance from the hospital say this is going to open a whole new can of worms. Okay, so this news is actually breaking right now.
That's crazy. So it is probably official that this happened.
Why does R. Kelly and his team feel like the feds are trying to kill him? Because he's not coming out until what, December 21st, 2045. He received 30 years in federal prison. So why does he think they're killing him? What does Kelly know that makes the feds want to kill him?
So, according to R. Kelly's legal team in the first filing, and they reiterated in this one, that whole plot to uncover the fact that there were things that were done wrong when it came to, remember I talked about like the flipping of the witnesses and all these things that they're alleging happened. Basically, they're saying the government and the prison officials have been covering up the fact that they did whatever they needed to do to evict R. Kelly allegedly, and his new legal team, and trying to file for other things, discovered that and brought it in their plan to bring it to light, and they found out. So this is all a way to cover that up. That is what R. Kelly's team is alleging.
Why does R. Kelly and his
Woo! So now you basically got a guy sitting in there, and he feeling like the people is on his heels.
I'm convinced they're trying to kill R. Kelly. Yep. I'm convinced they're trying to kill R. Kelly. Listen, R. Kelly, regardless of whatever it is that he did and his conviction and all that, good. They gave him 30 years. He's behind bars doing his time. Did y'all know that a week ago, R. Kelly's team came out to say that the Aryan Nation, which is a white supremacy group behind bars, had put out a hit on R. Kelly, and their Aryan Nation soldiers behind bars are after him, and one of them divulged that he got the go-ahead, the green light. They have green lighted R. Kelly, so anybody who catch him from Aryan Nation behind bars, they about to stab him to death or whatever, right? Why 1 week later R. Kelly overdoses in solitary confinement? So I read the report, and the report from the prison said that R. Kelly, it was a miscalibration of his medication, and I don't know how they want to put it, like it's his fault, but it's not his fault. It's like more like the prison nurse's fault because they miscalibrated his medication. I'm not buying all that.
Me either. They trying to kill that boy. No way around it. They trying to kill Kells, and he locked up and can't nobody help him.
That prison, basically is making the prison look bad, and I think he exposed the prison conditions as well.
So you know it's gonna happen to Diddy. If this can happen to Kells, who ain't got no money, and Diddy got all that money and all that power, soon as he get locked up, the same shit gonna happen to him. I mean, permanently locked up. It's crazy.
And not only that, he's a high-profile prisoner, right? And on top of being a high-profile prisoner, R. Kelly's crimes that he was convicted of. Y'all don't act like you forgot. For those of us who've been around long enough, I had it on a VCR tape. I seen R. Kelly pissing on that little girl. I couldn't believe it. I can't even believe that I actually went and listened to his music after that and acted like nothing happened like everybody else did.
Somebody was gonna make him pay for that.
That we went along with, no, that's not R. Kelly. Even after we saw it, because when I seen it, I was like, yeah, that's definitely him for sure. There was no mistaking that that wasn't him. But forget about us. The law let him go. The law let him go. If we could identify him in the video, they were supposed to as well. So, you know how they do to people who have those kind of charges that have children involved in it behind bars? So it's a combination of all of the above. But they definitely trying to kill R. Kelly behind bars.
Ooh, that's crazy. See, everybody got their opinion, but everybody's opinion is the same thing. They trying to kill this nigga. They ain't letting him live. But it just show you that when you get to that power, man, you have to use that shit the right way, because these motherfuckers become your enemies. People you probably knew or people you never saw in your life.
What's good, YouTube? So I wake up and I see that the hospital allegedly gave R. Kelly too much medication. and he overdosed. I'm gonna keep y'all updated on. What's good?
Yeah, that shit crazy. So they gave him too many pills while he's sitting up in here going to court and dealing with this shit. They gave him too many pills. Now his ass finna die. What the fuck? You in jail? Like you can't make your own. You can't, and they force you to take them pills. I don't know if y'all know what that means. They mean they come in there and put it on you and make sure you take it. If you don't, it's gonna be bad problems for you. So you got a choice. You really do got a choice. You can take the pills or not take them. And if you don't take them, they grabbing you and choking your ass down and being like, "Who the fuck you playing with?" So it's a real deal. It's a real serious demonstration. You know what I'm saying? For somebody like Kels, because he definitely got to deal with that shit on a real level. You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely taking him to task on it. Like you're not finna just do this shit and walk away from jail. And this is a part of being a celebrity because remember you're in jail and you're around regular folks, like people who go to Target, Walmart. You know they never stayed in Trump Tower. They never want to probably even stay in Trump Tower. They not traveling in the shit in private jets or private planes. And they look at you as a person that achieved your goal or your dreams, and anything that you ever wanted was at your hands and your fingertips at one point. And so now here you are sitting in here with me and they in the crib like I don't even clean up my bathroom. Like I barely even make my bed in the morning. Like my motherfucking garage got 3 cars sitting in it, and I ain't finna do shit with them. You know what I'm saying? Like regular people, like no nothing fancy, nothing flashy, and that's just who you're around. You know what I'm saying? When you in those jails and sitting in there like Kells, especially when you can't get out. Like it's no out. Like there's nothing you can do to be like, hey, thank you. I need to be up out of here. Nothing. So it's like, oh man. So what the hell am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? But a person that gotta do what he gotta do is a person that gotta do what he gotta do. So I think that Kels is just gonna go ahead and make himself better by going through this. This is like something that's really hard, you know what I'm saying, to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, man. I wish he would have been at his ass free, but they don't play with you in this world, man. This world is weird because, you could be sitting at the top of your shit, but again, if you fuck over somebody or hurt somebody, they ain't being friendly. And these are regular folks coming at Kill, so it's almost like his customers, the people who came to see him perform, they the ones that's doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy. But you want to sit your ass in jail? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? Because they will come snatch you, and they gonna put your ass right in there. And all that money this nigga accumulated over all these decades mean nothing. This is something else too, because I think in the deepness of all of our hearts, we all trying to see richness. We all trying to get rich. You know what I mean? At some level, at some element in our minds and our hearts, we all want to be rich. But with the R. Kelly and with Diddy, you see 100%. If you treat people wrong, if you treat people bogus, they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. And this is really what you're seeing in this. It's like they treated people wrong, and then people didn't forget it. People didn't walk away and be like, all right, whatever, man. You ain't shit, man. Nah, 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 nah. People came back. Like one thing for sure, and two things for certain. You forever gonna be a pariah in this area. And if I ever catch your name or catch anything about you, we putting the world onto you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was his problem. Even those guys, come on, sitting in jail after being rich like that. I couldn't even. My brain can't even really. Uh, my brain can't really imagine it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you talking about fancy hotels, you talking about dope ass girls. I mean, it's just so much that these dudes is missing, and they can't get their hands on it ever again. And if they ever get their hands on it again, it's gonna be in news. Like, ooh, this guy down here again. He trying to get a new girl. Look, this guy down here again. He trying to mess with this person. Like, these dudes is gonna be always busted out and told on, if you will, by the people. And they gonna come at them and say, nah, this nigga's a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this dude is wild. You know what I'm saying? So they're never gonna live these things down, and that's the crazy part about it. You know what I'm saying? I used to look up to those dudes. I'm sure everybody did. We all thought they were smart. We all thought they was dope. We all thought they was the shit. And look at these niggas now. 30 years into the future, and it ain't even them, just them, because they even got the other guy who was a part of the mix, with Suge Knight. He locked up just the same. He gone, sitting down, like ain't no coming back, and he got another 30. They giving them long-winded ass times. I mean, come on, man, 30 years plus 20. Who the fuck got time to do like that if you R. Kelly and you sing songs and you famous? Ain't nobody got no fucking time to be in no damn jail that long. And they talking about you can't leave. That's why I be in that motherfucker like I'm sick, I'm dying, my chest broke, I can't breathe. Hell yeah. They said he got two blood clots in his legs, one in his lung and one in his leg. He got blood clots in his lung and in his leg. So that means having a blood clot in your lung and in your leg, that means your ass could die. That's a fact. That means you could motherfucking die. I'm not kidding you. And that's this what you got. So it's like you really have to be careful in this world, man. I'm not kidding you, man. But those guys built up their little money, and it just seems like to me that they really used it for evil, and that's really what the fuck you seeing with them. They use their money. If they use their money and shit for evil, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to been a lot more stronger when it come to fucking with other people, because that's really what it come down to. You know, they messing with other people and shit, thinking that and Kelly and Diddy is in the same scenario. You know, you get all of this money and you so rich, and then you start treating girls any kind of way because you know you're rich. You know what I'm saying? So you can treat them any kind of fucking way, and then a lot of chicks will go for it. They'll just be like, "I ain't bet." You know, this nigga's rich, so fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a lot of women that'll be a little bit more mad and be like, "Now fuck you. This is wrong what you did to me." Da da da. And this is who these niggas met. They met the chicks that's like, fuck that. What he do, what you just do, I'm going to the people on your ass. And these are the chicks these niggas met. And that's really what their biggest issue is, because they didn't meet the girl that's just like, you know, some chick. You know what I'm saying? You might crush it. You might leave her. You might not mess with her again. You know, you probably don't even see her no damn more after that first 4 times you saw her again. And that's it. And these guys got a different scenario. They fuck around, and when they met the girl, she was like, hey, you know, when you break up with her, like, look, I'm done. I'm not finna be over here no more. And the girl be like, what? What the hell you mean? Like, yeah, it's over with. I'm finna go over here. I gotta get up with my people and shit. I'm doing this. And she like, no, no, what the hell you talking about? I'm not coming over here no more. I'm finna go over here. Look, you know I got a baby mama. You know I got a girl. And she like, no, fuck you. If you just did that to me, you going down, motherfucker. And that really what it be. You know what I'm saying? So, as a guy, you just don't know what girl gonna be like that. That's like the luck of the drawer, who the chick is gonna be like that. You would not know, but we do know that she's out there, and she can be like that if she chooses to, at any moment, at any second, at any date. And this is really who the girls these niggas be meeting. And especially if you treat them bogus and shit, like you can hear from what the girl saying that Diddy treated her like he treated her bogus. So in a relationship, now she stayed, which is her choice, but you know you treated the bra bogus, and so you know you basically set yourself up for an alley oop of her coming back with some bull crap. Now she got the alley oop, the ball is in her corner. Now she get to sit back and come at everybody who know both of y'all, and just be like, oh, this guy, he did this to me. He did this to me. You know, she get to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn. You know, Kels, dog, I thought you were smarter than that. But hey, I don't think them people gonna like his ass up in them jails. That's another thing too, because you know you was rich at one point, and ain't nobody gonna be having no understanding for you. Like the guy said in that video. That video came out with him doing some heinous stuff to a female. Yes, he was, and it was a long time ago, but it happened. He was doing some real wild shit with a girl. You know what I'm saying? And it turned into something that he can't live down. And as a guy who, you know, I was a fan of him, I saw that video. I was about in my 20s and I saw that video and I was like, oh shit. I didn't know the girl was 14, but we knew that he liked 14-year-old young girls. I don't know, I mean, what the word is, allegedly. So we knew that he was into those kind of girls, allegedly. So then as the rumors swelled and you start realizing that that was somebody who knew him and that was this, that, and the other, and it was like, oh, wow. So that really was true. Oh, man, this guy kills, man. So he put himself out there in such a dramatic way that he put his whole game, you know what I'm saying, in the mix, and there was nothing nobody could do for him. But it is what it is because you just, he made mistakes. And that's really how you got to look at it. Like, he made mistakes. People make mistakes. But shit, these mistakes he made, your ass got to sit in jail for a long ass time. And it's all we could do in our lives is look at somebody like that dude as a fucking, like a message. You know what I'm saying? Like, never put yourself in a scenario like this because if other people got the right or the choice to decide on your freedom or if you make it or if you get free, they're not gonna like you. And even in Diddy case, the more stuff you see coming out every day, the wilder it get, the fouler it get. It's like, what the fuck? Oh damn, nigga, you was doing that. We don't know if it's true. See, because when you go to court, and that's something else to pay attention to. When you go to court, they don't let you talk. You don't even get to go up there and talk about what happened. You got to shut the hell up. You sitting up there like, what? Yeah, you have to shut the fuck up and sit in the courtroom and let whoever talk and say whatever the fuck they're gonna say, and you can't say a word. Your ass gotta sit in there and just chill. Like, that's it. I can't say a word. If you say a word, they're gonna come in there and tell you, hey, come here. You can't be in here, man. You're gonna take you back to your courtroom. You like, what? Man, so it's just crazy. But we have to find ways to make sure we don't get caught up in them scenarios, man. That's really how I see it. Because somebody like these guys, you would think they smarter than that, man. Yeah, you would think they smarter than that, man. All that money, like I said, a lot of us, we've been working so hard in our lives and dreaming of being rich and dreaming of having money and all this personal lifestyle of money and lifestyle that we all have wanted, just the way the world works. You might not got rich yet, but we might not never get rich. But the thing is that you still want it. You still had the feeling for it. It'd be dope if it happened, but might not. So then you see somebody like these guys who go through this. It's like, damn, man. I'm so glad I didn't get the money like they did because I don't think they were smart. I don't think they had it all in their brains. Even though Boy Mystical was a person we used to like when I was a kid, and he was a big time artist at that time. When these people be getting big and famous in music, you can't see their demise. That don't mean they don't demise, but you can't see it. So you don't really be knowing how long they're gonna be on or famous or not famous. And then you start seeing that they really do be losing. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys be losing big. Sitting in jail like that, being in prison and shit, and dealing with the cops. That's got to be rough as a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be rough as fuck. R Kelly having what's those things? They said he got blood clots. You got blood clots and you can't even get a doctor. You can't go to the crib. You can't go see your family. They can't stop by and be like, "You okay? I got you. Come on." You stuck in that building until they tell you to leave, and there's no leaving. So you have to be very careful in those dynamics because it's really fucked up. But I think the people who are gonna be happy is the people who he hurt, the people who he took advantage of, or got something from them and they didn't want to give it. You know what I'm saying? Or they felt like, why do I have to give it? That's the people who are gonna be feeling happy right now, seeing him going through this tumultuous shit. Like, hey, I don't give a damn what he go through, and rightfully so because if you took advantage of somebody in a certain way, and they wasn't really wanting to do the said activity, then that means you bogus for taking advantage of them. You should not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody perfect. You make mistakes. But the reality of it is, if you're doing that to somebody, which is again forcing them to do something that they don't want, then that's not right. And again, you can see again with Kelly and them, that shit don't pay off. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's been a long time since they probably was even around these people who got to complain. But don't nobody care. They look at that shit like you should have never did that to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like okay. I hope these niggas learned the lesson because it's gonna be a long time before they walk up out them jails. You know what I'm saying? Kel's included and shit. So his lawyers is trying to get him out and bumped out. That shit ain't finna happen. And that's what it is though, because don't nobody feel like you're a victim. They feel like you're a victimizer. So that's different. You're not different. You're a victimizer, Mike G. You did this to somebody. Not somebody did it to you. It's not somebody did it to you. You did it to somebody. So their mindset is you're going your ass to jail and you're not going to be free. And we could feel sad for him about the stuff that he's going through. But at the end of the day, you can't really feel so sad for him because he had the chance to not do it. You know what I'm saying? He was a free dude and you rich. So a lot of times you're not even really going through the things that you think you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You think you're going through some shit, especially if you that rich. Nigga, you can't be going through that damn much. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that by I ain't gonna say I will say he crazy because think about this too. You went and got all that damn money and you didn't learn how to read. You don't even know how to read. It's like what? How the fuck this nigga didn't learn how to read? What? But yeah, they don't even learn how to read. So it's like the guys be going through some really bad shit. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say I know everything? I don't, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just glad I didn't have to go as through the scenario that those guys did. You know, and they stupid for real, because he did become a damn billionaire. So how the fuck you walk your ass to $1 billion and you out here overpowering women and convincing them to do degrading stuff to themselves and you ain't keeping up with them? You know what I'm saying? Like you do a degradation mode on a chick and then disappear. Ain't no girl going for no shit like that. You gonna do degradation to a chick, show her that she can be she can humiliate herself, and then you just jump up and leave and shit. No girl going for that. No girl is going for that. They gonna look at you and say you a sick nigga. So that's why I say he got to fight. You know, he got to fight though because otherwise he'll never come out of that damn jail. So you have to put up some kind of fight, man, to battle it. You know, when you're religious and you deeply religious, which I believe R. Kelly is, he don't mind praying heavy, putting a lot of effort into the God level of what he is. I believe that's truly the only way around this shit. He got to pray himself through it. Because they'll probably never let him go. But would he make the mistake of doing that to those girls? I don't think he understood what he was doing. I think that when he was taking advantage of those, see, this is how the world switches. Like they always said, like the meek will inherit the earth and all that. This is like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything just switched. And when he was on top, now he's on the bottom. And those people who he hurt get to look right now at him and say, damn, but look how you treated me. See, so like I say, sometimes it's better to just try to be better, be on the up and up with folks as best you can. Because now he got the worst of the worst on him, and they taking his ass to court. And it's like, damn, man. So somebody who's accused of sexual assaulting women, underage women no less, now all of a sudden, you want to be free? They're not going. They're not going. They're literally looking at you like you're a problematic person. And the last thing they want to do is let you out because then that means you get to go back to your nefarious behavior. And nobody is going to watch a guy who is a grown ass man because he's older than me. So he's a grown ass man. So it's like, people been watching you being foul out here. They're not going no more. So you could almost say that's the end of R. Kelly because now we see how they doing it. It's really the end of that guy. You know what I'm saying? Whether he die in jail or something like that, I don't know. I wouldn't hope not. You know what I'm saying? But The way them people driving at him, it's like shit. It's a high possibility you could die in that kid. Unfortunately for him, testimony and testifying and coming to court and doing all that stuff, that shit adds up. It really do. And you see these people coming right to court trying to make sure he gets slam dunked. So we'll see what happened to old R. Kelly, man. That's really what we got to do. We got to let time pass, and then you'll be able to see what's going to happen with R. Kelly. But it's really no real knowing of what's going to happen with him. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to believe that he deserved what he get because, taking advantage of women because of your stardom and your celebrity, you know what I'm saying? It has some kind of benefit because at the end of the day, at least you got what you was trying to get. But shit, it don't look like that's a good lick for him. It looked like that was a bad thing to do because those girls is coming after his neck. So what you gonna do about Kels? Tell you one thing, I'm glad, again, I never was those guys. When I was young, I wanted to be those dudes. But shit, not today. And then there's probably other people that's gonna go down like that because you see the world is changing. The world is changing, man. And if you doing that kind of shit to people, boy, they ain't letting that shit ride no more. And sitting there, and he like almost like a little baby crying in jail, like, oh, please, please, y'all, fix this, let me out of here. What the fuck going on? But don't nobody have no real heart for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? People looking at it like, I don't care what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't think about them people when you was hurting them people. You didn't have no care. You look at them people as meat. You know what I'm saying? You look at them people as somebody you could disrespect. So why you over here crying now? Why you over here sad now? Nobody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Why you over here got a problem now? It's like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. But, if he get out in 20 more years is what he got to go. I guess they trying to say he did 10 so far. So 20 more years, 2056. What's this, 2025? I think they said 2056. So damn, they still saying he got 30 to do. Because it's in the 20. 56 is 30 years from now. Oh shit. I hope it's less time of that. Maybe I heard that wrong. But that dude got some problems, boy. But it just kind of show you that you had to be right out here, man. You know what I'm saying? At least do the best you can, and do your nefarious shit with your girl. You know what I'm saying? Not 25 girls. You know what I'm saying? Not that ain't the lick. You know what I'm saying? Because you see, they just come right over there and come with the police, and it's it for you. But I'm a pivot real quick, man, and I want to talk about the game last night, and I want to talk about Halliburton and how he almost won that game last night, but not really. Yep, he played his butt off, but he technically had no game. He had no game for old boy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that guy, Giannis SGA, because he's one hell of a hooper. The fact that he break his neck to put all that effort into the game like that and make sure he will his team to the win. That's critical and that's important. And he a hard working dude to even do some shit like that because that playing at that level is crazy. But they from Canada. They're not actually from America. And to notice that Canadians is running the NBA and shit, it's like crazy. But the boy got motherfucking skills that's unparalleled. And he look a lot like Jordan. He look a lot like Kobe, but he going crazy. And to see how that game played out last night, and those guys thought for a minute that they was gonna be able to play at that level. It's just they look like little kids, and that is crazy because when the team was winning in the opposite direction, and they was back in Indiana, shit, they played all the way to the end. They played number for number with Indiana, and it was over all the way to the end, and then Indiana fell off on the fourth quarter. But to me, it looked like the guys in Indiana are becoming weaker. Like it's like a whole year of playing at that level and then trying to continue to run up and down that field, especially when you're losing. It just don't look like it's working out for them no more. It don't look like it's able to sustain that type of limit of work at this level at this point. It's like it's so long. They've been playing for so long all year, and now after that last game, not this one, but the game before this, the fourth quarter, where they barely hit points, and then you come to this game and they could barely score. It was like they were shooting the ball in this last game we watched yesterday, and Indiana could barely get a point in. They shot that ball 1,000 times. Everybody took a shot. Halliburton, everybody, Siakam, you name it. Everybody on the fucking team shot the ball, and nobody could hit. And it's crazy. But now they up here complaining. Everybody talking smack this morning, and they like, why didn't they put the white boy in there, man? They should have put him back, and they really should have because that dude, what he brings in the game is what they need, and that's the speed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they play. They like to play old Laker basketball, where it's everybody running up and down the field, getting to the other side of the rim, and you outrun your other guys. The guys on the other side, you be able to outrun them because you playing at such a high level. But this time it didn't work out like that. They got smoked. Them boys played at such a high level that they just couldn't fulfill it. They couldn't withstand it. They couldn't even be in the same room with them. It was like that. And this dude, Jalen Williams, let me let you hear what this guy did. I got my sound too low. No, I think I hit the audio or something. But Jalen Williams, he going crazy. This dude, 40 points. I said, God damn, nigga, you went hard. Okay, somehow I messed my sound up on this particular one. But nevertheless, oh, there it is. There it is right there.
As a championship number 2, because after letting Shea play in space in games 1 and 2, the Pacers adjusted their defense by pressing him full court every single possession, regardless of if he had the ball or not. They wanted to limit his touches and prevent him from initiating OKC's offense. Then if he was able to set up the offense, they'd send aggressive help at various points throughout the attack to keep him away from the basket. And the Thunder countered by running more of their offense through J-Dub as a point guard, to which he more than answered the call. He had 26 points in Game 3. He had 27 in Game 4, and most recently 40 in Game 5, making him the first player to score 40 in a finals game since Jokic in 2023. If it wasn't for him playing like a superstar, who knows what the Thunder offense would look like, and whether or not they'd be one win away from a championship. Jalen Williams.
Well, see, that's the whole idea of a team. So even if they got the main guy locked down, and even though they know he the coldest, they know he the next Kobe. So they got to put extreme defense on him, whereas they leave the rest of the guys open. And so that's going to make you feel like, I mean, in the basketball world, if the guys don't want to put defense on you, then that make you feel like you kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even threat. You're not even a threat. So if they throw you the ball, I don't mind if you shoot it. And so it's almost like a mental thing that the other team is doing. So it's like if you get the ball, you actually might miss because you thinking like, well, damn, don't nobody want to stick defense on me? I'm over here by myself in a major game with all these people staring, and I can shoot the ball as many times as I want, and won't nobody come and defense me. They keep running over there messing with SGA. Every time he touched the ball, even my defense dude run over there to him. So it's like 4 dudes on him. I'm open. Tony open, Ray open, so he could throw the ball to us at any point, and the guy's not even finna sprint back over there to try to defend us. We can shoot the ball as much as we want, and so that's gonna make you feel weird mentally. You're gonna be like, damn, I gotta hit this shot. Everybody watching, everybody paying attention. So you have to really be a professional hooper where you got confidence in your shot. You can make that shot, and you can pass me the ball. I don't give a damn. Treat me like John Stockton, Steve Kerr. I'm gonna shoot this shit. I'm gonna hit it. But the thing is that they gave the ball to a guy on their team that when they kept defensing SGA, this other dude named Jalen Williams, he stepped up. And so again, he didn't let the fear of, oh man, they let me shoot the ball by myself. Don't nobody want to defense me. He just kept. They couldn't leave their assignments because when the lawyer tell, I mean, I'm sorry, when the coach tell you you got to double team SGA, that's your assignment. You can't leave the assignment because your guy got the ball. You got to keep getting on SGA even if he throw the ball to your guy. So you got to leave him open. But old boy took advantage of that. So every time they left him open, he got that ball, he shot that shit in. But they couldn't leave their assignment because they didn't want SGA, who's like the next Kobe, LeBron, next Jordan. They didn't want him shooting. So they let old boy get 40 points, and that's like not good. They supposed to have switched him out. They should have put the other white boy in so he could have countered them where they could have got some points because this clinic that they put on them was so strong they couldn't even hit. They going back to the other side. They doing turnovers. They had like 25 damn turnovers. How the hell you gonna win in the finals if you turn the ball over 25 times? Then a main guy in Indiana, Halliburton, his leg went down, so he fell some kind of weird way and he couldn't get back up. So now he got 0 points in the first half. Come on, this is the next motherfucking Jordan on the Indiana side. How you get 0 points in the first half? That's not even fucking real. But it is real because if they put that defense on you and you can't get around them, which they did with Halliburton, it looked like Halliburton is a little kid. When that deep, because they look, you could tell that Indiana, not only are they, I'm sorry, Oklahoma, you could tell not only are they super duper athletes, but they playing like their life depend on it. Even they're playing like if we don't win this, we're not gonna eat tomorrow. So they playing defense at such a high level. It's like, damn, can a nigga dribble the ball? They not even letting them dribble it. That they running, they can't. Indiana can't even go towards the rim. So as they get across the line, they put the defense on them so tight that they accidentally stepping back over the fucking line and going to the other direction. Okay, backcourt, they did a backcourt like 3 times. Or they put so much heavy defense on them playing against them when the ball is in Indiana hand that Oklahoma got such strong defense on them that they either getting them to rip the ball, which is another turnover, they missed the shot, or they basically let the time clock run out. So they doing 4 or 5 things that you can't do to win a game. You either getting ripped, or you turn the ball over yourself, or you passing the ball to other guys 5, 6 times all the way around as y'all running around, and your motherfuckers know nobody shoot the ball. Now, see what why they doing this? Because they don't play like that. They don't play. That's called half court. They don't play half court. They play the whole motherfucking field, the whole both rims. So that means when we shoot the ball, we running down on the other end to stop you from shooting, and then we running back full speed. Now, you can only do full speed probably about let's just guess. You 20 something, you probably could do full speed. Let's say 14 times. Let's just say if you really, really, really in shape, you probably could do it 30 times. But you got to do it 45 times, 43 times. So that's where Indiana was winning because they knew that they could do it. They young, everybody in their early 20s. They like, yo, I'm in super shape. But when they main guy leg go down, so now it's like he can't run. If he can't run, then he gonna throw off the morale for everybody. It's like, damn man, we gotta shoot this shit ourselves. What if I miss? I'm 6'9". I ain't supposed to be shooting at her. I'm supposed to be shooting up under the rim. But I'm open right now, so I gotta take the shot. And you miss. And it's like, damn. Or they put you up on the free throw line, but you ain't the one that's supposed to be getting fouled. You be up under the rim fouling other motherfuckers. And then you miss them shots. And so nobody on Indiana got the guts or the skill level to continue to hit throughout the game at this point. They probably was doing it throughout the year, but now we at this point where you got to hit. There's no way around it. If you don't hit, the other team going down on the other end and they hitting. And that's how they was getting down 20 points. It's like, damn, what's going on? They down 20 fucking points so fast. It was like, what just happened? The game just started. 20 points down. Now you got to fight back from 20 points. So the closest they can get was like 10 points. And the game stayed like that all the way towards the end where they could get a little bit more leverage, and then they took off. Oklahoma took off. And that's why I said they playing with a level of desperation that you don't see with Indiana. Indiana out of town, and they playing scared. And I think they did this to themselves. Look, we're going to go back home, and we're going to even this shit up. And that's what they got to do, because if they do it and they lose, then they're going to go back to the other. If they lose tomorrow, actually in Indiana, it's over with. If they lose in Indiana tomorrow, the game is over. So this is why they get to play back home. You know what I'm saying? And then if they win, it'll be 6-6. And then that last game will be that following Friday or maybe Wednesday or whatever day they set it. And that'll be the last game of the finals this year. But it'll be a good one because it's being ran by the young dudes, and they got a thing that Kerr can't do. Even that 3-pointer dude can't do that shit, and that's run, and that's run. So if you're in your 30s, you can't even stand around them. And that's a fact because your 30s, your body has gotten a little older, and it don't seem like it, but you can't run with somebody 25, 26. I'm talking about all day, all afternoon. They running the whole game. So that's what Indiana got to get back to. They got to run, and when that running happens, that throws the other team off because that other team like to play half court. That means when the ball go on that side of the rim, on whoever ball, they could stoop. They could play great defense, and they can play great offense. So that means if they get the ball, they can shoot that shit in. And if you get the ball, they can either make you miss or they can make your ass miss the ball or miss throwing it to the next guy. They can get a rip. They can do anything because they play great half ball basketball. But Indiana play the whole court. They play up and down. So that means they got to go. You got to play like a gazelle. You see how gazelles be running. They don't be standing around chilling and standing back looking to see what's going on. They be running so damn fast you don't even see when they stop and they chill back again and be like, all right, the threat is over. They run until can't nobody see them no more. And that's exactly what they got to do over here in Indiana because the boy SGA and them, they're just too good. It don't mean that they ain't good in Indiana. It's just that they're too good. You actually look like it's like they playing with their little cousins. And as soon as they get mad or they feel like they're going to lose, they play even harder. So it's like, oh shit. That means you ain't barely even getting to the rim. They're not even letting you dribble the ball 5 times. You have to pass it to the next guy or they're going to take it. And they playing like that. And so it's like, whoa, how the hell we going to get around them? It's nowhere around them. You know what I'm saying? It's nowhere around them. So that's why you got to see, yeah, facts, my bro. He said he got humbled. But on the reality thing is that they have to play at a stronger level if they're going to keep their name in the game. And then, oh boy, with his leg being messed up, you already can assume that it's over with. They're not going to be able to come back and do nothing tomorrow. Their main guy leg is messed up. And if you haven't played with your star all year at 100%, he been at 100%, and now the last game of the year, his leg gone, that's your morale gone right there. Nobody to lead you, nobody that make you feel strong or say those words that give everybody that little message of comfort or message of strength is over with. You know what I'm saying? It's like he gonna be on the sideline clapping for y'all, but it's like 10 million people in the damn audience. You can't fucking hear. You know what I'm saying? But he said his leg went down. And, that guy need to get a little bit more stronger. Look like Halliburton is very feeble. You know what I'm saying? And I know he young, and I know they run, and you can't put on too much goddamn weight if you running like that. You know what I'm saying? But he need to put a little bit more weight on because this what helps your legs have a little bit more power. That's my assumption because I saw even when D Rose was playing, he was miraculous, but his body couldn't withstand the amount of pressure that you got to put on yourself to be at that level. And before you know it, he had to leave because he couldn't keep it up. It's like shit. These other guys 7'9". You know what I mean? They can fucking keep this shit going a little longer. You know what I'm saying? 6'8", 6'5". They can do it. You know what I'm saying? Your legs, you like 5'11", 5'6". You can't do it like that. So eventually you can, but then it's eventually you can't. So you got to pull back. So I don't know if Halliburton going to be able to withstand what the NBA is because it's nothing but running. And if your legs are already tweaking on you, then you might not be able to withstand the length of time that it take. Like even Shaq feet was going down on him because you're so big and that's where the pressure going from your 300 pounds when you jumping. It's gonna hit your knees and your foot. You getting shoes, you know what I'm saying? But what kind of shoes they gonna make for somebody with a foot that big? You know what I'm saying? And this is daily apparatus. This is how he lives every day. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. I'm a boy, I'm gonna be watching the game because I love basketball. It's always been such a fun thing to me. I just think that it's one of the most fun things in the world. It really is. I used to, when I was a little bit younger, go around, even in my older years younger, and go around and just make sure I had a basketball court somewhere close to where I live. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, where is one at? We got to go find. Even if I went out of town, It's like, all right, we out of town. Okay, let's hit Walmart. Let me go buy a basketball, and let's go hoop. Even if I got to leave the basketball in town, just like a fun little thing to do for pastime. You know what I'm saying? And I just love it then, especially how the sun feel when you hooping and you outdoors. Like they got a spot in Chicago where it's on a lakefront. You get to play basketball actually on the lake. So I mean, if you get up there early enough, you can see the sun rising, and you can hoop. I'm talking about intense ass basketball until around about I don't know 11:30, 12 when the sun gets straight up and down and it's starting and now it's baking you. But you done got like fucking 3-4 hours of hooping in, watching the sun come up, the nice breeze coming up to the lakefront, and they would be like, "Oh man, this is the life, boy." And it's like high rises over there. You know what I'm saying? By that area, it's right on the lake. It's literally a basketball court, fucking 25 feet from the lakefront, and it's dope as hell. So, but that's why I've always been a fan of it. But I wasn't watching NBA recently. I had probably took about 5 to 7 years from watching NBA. I hadn't seen it. Just living life. Everybody, my son, hey, dad, the game on. And I'm just moving and living. I'm not watching it like that. And I ain't really care too much for it personally. But then now, recent days, what I'm saying, seeing what's going on and how good the guys are and how hard they putting into the craft, it's brought me to it. And then you seeing how young they are and the fact that, because I think what probably bored me was the 3-point thing. It was like, that was cool. I'm not saying it was bad or nothing like that. It just bored me after a while. It was like, okay, everybody know how to shoot threes. All right, yep, okay, cool. And I understood why Curry decided to do that because that was his weapon. But, it got boring after a while. Like, I'm tired of seeing this shit. So y'all got to let me know in the comment section what y'all think about who going to win that game tomorrow. Because they even shut the boy Siakam down. That's their little guy. I think he from Darfur, whatever African country, and he couldn't even get shit going. It was like, man, they showed them, boy, y'all got done, y'all got done, and there was nothing they can do about it. They hooped, but it was nothing they can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely watching that shit, and that shit was good, man. I'm glad the NBA is back with a vengeance like it is, and it got real entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Really something to pay attention to and watch and have fun with. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always gonna fuck with the entertainment of that. You know what I'm saying? But definitely a fan of the NBA. Now I can't wait for the game to come on. It seems like it takes so long. It's like they need to get a secondary team so you can watch other people play. Like like even the what's his name? Not what the fuck is that boy name? He got his Ice Cube. He got his own team. He got his own stuff too, and that's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's fun to watch because in a few days we all know that the NBA gonna be over with, and it ain't gonna be nothing to watch. You know what I'm saying? As far as that go, you know what I'm saying. So, but for a lot of guys, that is the entertainment that we enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So, who wants that shit to be over? Nobody, especially not me. You know what I'm saying? So I want that shit to keep going. Yo, but I did a video about that LA protest, man. Y'all gotta go check it out, man. It's called Black Outrage. And it's dope because as you could tell over in LA, man, they are just I mean, it's such a different time frame today that it's crazy. And if you haven't heard, they just popped out saying that black people was the reasons that the looting was happening up there, which was like, what? Because they did like this real big No King Day protest. No kings meaning that Trump can't be the king of America. We don't have kings and queens in America. There's only a president that we vote in. So that's the whole idea behind America's beginning. They talk a lot about being colonizers or all that stuff, patriots, but really they was leaving and fighting with the Europeans, French or whatever, the Britons. They was fighting with them, and so America was something that they had restarted over here in this country and everything like that. So that's what happened with that. But now today, the way Trump activity is and the way he kicks it, a lot of people feel like he's trying to be the next dictator or the next king of a country that does not have kings and queens. So he gets a lot of flack, Trump does, because people just don't like that. You know what I'm saying? People ain't with that. Like, nah, I don't. Who you gonna arrest me because I don't like it? These people are not, you know, immigrants or aliens. You know what I'm saying? They was here. We need them for labor. We need them for It's a lot of conversations in different directions, in that regard, and they blame Trump for it. But in a lot of ways, Biden is the one who opened up the floodgates to let the people in. So it's not necessarily Trump's fault that Biden let a lot of people come live in America that don't really have a lot of money and a whole lot of this. It's not Trump's fault. However, don't nobody care because they look at it like, no, you got your ass over here, so Trump is on your head, and he trying to deport people and do everything else because that's how he kick it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see if anybody got any videos of it. They do, but it's like really disturbing content, so you might not be able to see nothing or hear nothing. Disturbing content, yeah. Oh wow, yeah, this was a bad one. Ooh, Lord, he rolled right over her butt. That was a guy who rode over a lady's leg. She was out there blocking the damn street, trying to stand in front of his car too. White lady shit. She was white, and the guy he was white himself, matter of fact, and he just pushed through and hit her ass and ran over her leg and kept going. Imagine a fucking $6,000 car rolling over your leg for something that you protesting or something that you believe in. That shit to me is next level crazy, but that's just me. I can't see myself doing no shit like that. Are you fucking crazy? Letting somebody run over my leg so I can have some kind of position about something? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now, the person kept going. So that means they don't go to jail, they don't get pulled over, they don't get jumped on by the mob, they don't get yanked out their car and punched in the face. You just basically got your leg rolled over and you got to go lay your ass down tonight. And your shit throbbing all in the fucking bed, pains you ain't even heard and felt before. And now you got to stop the damn protest and go hand your ass in the hospital and make sure you ain't burst a blood vessel or nothing like that. You don't know what the numbers or the information on the car was. It's crazy. But that's what it is in the game, you know what I'm saying? So the reality of it is you got to be careful out there, man. And even if you do believe in something, you still got to be careful out there because other people not finna give, care. They don't care. They looking at it succinctly and fully like, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? What's up? So it's just really weird how that played out, but that's how it played out. But, you got to pay attention to the actual situation out here. Because if you don't, then you could be victimized and brought up in any of those crazy situations. But you know what I'm saying? As we proclamate and continue through the day, I think I'm going to jump off of here and get myself together real quick and get to the next phase of my thing. And I'll try to jump on here later on today. I really do appreciate y'all listening, liking, subscribing, following. I want you guys to look when this video come up. It's going to be some other dope videos that come up through the cards. It's going to be some dope playlists that come up through the ending. You're going to be able to check all this stuff out right here on my channel. And let me know about it, some other stuff you want to talk about on this channel, and we'll talk about it. And make sure you check out my free toolkit, the Hood Films Toolkit. It will definitely be in the description. Plus, we got how to make a hood movie that's available on Amazon right now, man. Thank you again. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.